First at 4, breaking news. Police in Atlanta are searching for a suspect in a shooting that left one person dead and 4 injured. New information coming in minute by minute. Here at home, the family of an 8th grader takes legal action over an alleged strip search in school. The suit explains why her mom was so angry. And here's Kim Adams.
Well, rain is still showing up on ExactTrack 4D radar, but it's about to get out of here and sunshine will replace it. I'll have your forecast in just a few minutes.
Salmon, anyone? Forget about farm raised or wild caught. How about classroom grown?
It's important because it helps the ecosystem.
We're spending the last few hours with these salmon before they get released into the wild. Hey kids, thanks for the fish.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news coming out of Atlanta, where police are searching for a suspect in a mass shooting. One person is dead, 4 others injured. Here's what we know right now. The shooting took place at a medical building in Midtown Atlanta. It happened on West Peachtree Street. If you know the city, that's the commercial area with many office towers and high-rise apartments. Police identified the suspects as 24-year-old Dion Patterson, who was reportedly going to the office for a mental health check. They warn he should be considered armed and dangerous. So far, we haven't heard about a specific motive. One man was just trying to go to a nearby Whole Foods when he got caught in that scary scene.
All of a sudden, they was pushing us out of the building, pushing us further back into the streets, telling us to get away from the building where the active shooter were at, and just telling us to get back, get back. It's a shooter, it's an active shooter.
Right now, police don't seem to have any idea where the suspect might be. A shelter-in-place order in the area has been lifted. Reporters on the scene say there may be a carjacking that's actually connected to this current manhunt, and the suspect may have been able to leave the immediate area. We'll have updates on the circumstances as they continue to develop tonight at 5. Also, first at 4, the family of an 8th grader suing a Detroit charter school, alleging she was strip searched over a claim she was carrying a vape pen in her underwear. The suit targets the George Crockett Academy on Detroit's west side and some of its employees. It alleges another student with known animosity toward the 8th grader made the claim. Then, school staff forced that 8th grader to strip down to her underwear without calling her mother at any point in the process. We did reach out to George Crockett Academy for reaction. We're waiting to hear back. We'll have an update on this case when you join us at 6. Detroit launching a new program to remove those dead and dangerous trees from yards. It's taking nearly $9 million in budget surplus to fund the Dead, Dangerous, and Diseased Tree program. People can report problems on their private property and have them trimmed or removed at no cost. The city thinks it can target 1,500 trees. Paying for tree removal out of pocket can get really expensive. Right now, it's just a pilot program, but the city council hopes it can become permanent. And our first forecast, showers are ending. Something new just popped up. Forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams is here to bring us up to date. So what changed?
Just within the last few minutes, the National Weather Service has issued a frost advisory. It's not for all of southeast lower Michigan, but it is for anywhere you see pictured here in blue, which includes Washtenaw, Oakland, Livingston, and Genesee counties until 9 a.m. tomorrow. It does not include the east side, Macomb, Wayne, or also down into Monroe. So hopefully you haven't planted those flowers yet. Temperatures will be dropping down into the 30s, possibly even lower than this. But on the east side, we're going to stay in the 40s, so that's why it doesn't include Wayne and also Macomb counties. High temperatures, though, we won't have to worry about frost for very much longer because we are headed towards a big warming trend. By the weekend, we're back into the 70s, but we'll talk about the chances for rain over the next 7 days in the forecast.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Sometimes it feels like we're all becoming those junior professors as we spend time tracking inflation, interest rates, and all those other economic indicators. It is all part of an understanding of the economy and what is happening to our bank accounts. Kimberly Gill here now with another big decision from the Fed today. And we got this news just a short time ago.
We did. Good afternoon to you, Karen. The Fed has been locked in a battle with inflation for months now, trying to bring down prices without pushing the United States into a recession. Prices have been dropping, but not far enough for the Feds. So today, regulators raised a key interest rate a quarter point, pushing it to the highest level in 16 years. But this time, the Fed is changing its language when it comes to whether the hikes will continue. It now says it will consider a range of factors to determine if future hikes might be needed. You've seen how the rate increase trickles down to us with higher interest on things such as new mortgages, new auto loans, and credit cards. Inflation peaked at 9.1% last June and was down to 5% in March, but that's still above the Fed's target rate of 2%. As the markets close, let's see how Wall Street is reacting. Stocks have been holding steady right after the Fed's announcement. And as we take a look at the New York Stock Exchange right now, the big board, you can see that the Dow is down 270 points. Today's move was widely expected, and most companies have been turning in better profits than actually feared. So, Karen, we're still gathering more reaction to the hike, and we'll have a report from Washington when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. Until then, we'll send it back to you.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you, Kim.
Sure thing.
Well, a massive manhunt is over after the arrest of the suspect in a shooting that left 5 people dead in Texas. In the end, Francisco Oropeza didn't get very far. He was found last night hiding in a closet in a home about a 20-minute drive from the shooting scene. We're told an anonymous tip led police to his hiding place. 4 other people have been arrested in connection with his time on the run. He's accused of killing 5 people, including a 9-year-old boy, after Oropeza was asked to stop shooting a gun in his yard last Friday night. We've got some big news from the FDA. The agency just approved the world's very first vaccine for the respiratory virus, RSV. This medical milestone has been 60 years in the making. The new shot is approved for adults 60 years and up. In the late-stage clinical trial, the single-dose vaccination lowered the risk of symptomatic illness by 83% and severe illness by 94%. A CDC advisory panel will meet in June to discuss how the shot should be used. The goal is to have the vaccine available by this fall before the next RSV season. Sometimes a school project is so interesting, we've got to share it with you. So take a look at these salmon. They are raised in a classroom in Troy. It's all part of a program to help the environment, but it brings up a lot of questions. Paula Topman over at Larson Middle School in Troy. And Paula, here's what I'm wondering. If the salmon return to the waters of their birth spawn, then that's got to be confusing to these fish, right?
Yeah, I have no idea how on earth they would make it along Long Lake. Okay, no, that's a joke. So these are Chinook salmon, and they are going to be released into the Clinton River tomorrow. They have been lovingly raised by students, so technically, yes, indeed, this is the place of their birth. So, lovingly cared for since they were eggs and hatched, and then teeny tiny little fish. These salmon didn't have to worry about hungry crustaceans, mean salamanders, pollution, or accidental human destruction. They have been carefully raised by students. 3 schools in the Troy School District have been participating in the Salmon in the Classroom project. This is Larson Middle School, and with the guidance from the DNR and some serious perseverance after the idea was hatched 4 years ago and then stalled by COVID, this year students have had the ability to do their part to bring Chinook salmon through all of their important phases in order to be released into the wild.
They start off at the eyed egg stage, where it is just eggs and you can see like the eyes of the fish, and then they move on to the sac fry stage, and then once their sac is gone they are called par, and that's when we started feeding them. And then once they grow up a little bit they become smolt, and that is when we will be releasing them.
Today, lots of salmon-centric activities.
And you're going to pick which of these 2 smell like that.
There's a lot of excitement ahead of Thursday's big release.
Our tank has been at 52 degrees Fahrenheit all year, so every day we're bringing it down a degree or 2. So that will help, because otherwise we would have to take some time to acclimate them to the temperature.
Just to release these fish that we have raised literally since like they were born, and just create this whole cycle. It's so cool.
These youngins will spend up to 2 months in the waters of the Clinton River before making it to Lake St. Clair to grow. Lots of challenges, though. These are good eating to a lot of species. But for those fishlings that actually survive 2 years or more, they will spawn, coming back to the waters, not in which they were hatched, but the waters in which they found their environmental imprint.
They can even smell where they were like birthed from and swim back and spawn.
Because we're releasing them in this phase, they'll remember to come back to Riverbends Park where we release them.
In like 2-3 years, when they turn browner, they're gonna come back because like they get a signal in their minds that it's time to spawn.
Oh my gosh, this is science nirvana. How about that fry sack? I had no idea that the fish were actually able to feed themselves in the early stages. So now they're in the smolt phase. Teachers are getting them ready for their great big journey. 5 p.m. at Riverbend Park. I think that's in Shelby Township. Public is invited to come out and watch about 200 smolt. That's the stage of the salmon actually get released. So cute little faces, Karen. I just hope they don't end up as sushi.
Oh, we're not going to think that way. Not at all.
know.
But what a cool story, the different stages and how they're able to maneuver their ways through the water. I had no idea how that worked. Cool stuff.
I had no idea. Such cool stuff.
Yeah, it really is. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.